The year is 4127. The world is silent. The skies are clear. Cities are peaceful. For 1,000 years there has been no war, no hunger, no death by violence. Humanity lives in peace across Earth, Mars, and the moon colonies. But something is coming, and only a few know the truth. Act 1. The return of the HFY in the mountains of Greenland. A giant underground facility stands quiet. This place is called Station Echo 9. For centuries, it has listened to the stars. One evening, a young operator named Kira Venn hears a strange sound. A soft pulse, a low vibration. Not from Earth, not natural. She leans forward. Her hands shake. Slightly. Her heart beats faster. It's a signal. A message. The voice is cold, metallic, and distant. We are coming. Prepare your end. She plays it again. We are coming. Prepare your end. Kira freezes. She calls her supervisor. Alarms flash red. The message spreads like fire through every secret channel on Earth, that they all know what it is. The same signal that came 1,000 years ago. Act 2. History repeats. Long ago, in the year 3127, Earth faced extinction. An alien race, known only as the Qatari, came to conquer. They were powerful, brutal, and believed humans were weak animals, tools for labor. Nothing more. For 30 years, Earth fought back. Millions died. Cities turned to dust. The moon was cracked in half. Mars was set on fire. But then, something happened. Humans changed. Nobody knows how. Some say it was evolution. Some say it was something deeper. A hidden power inside the human mind. Something the Qatari couldn't understand. Before they could win the war, the Qatari disappeared. And since then, for 1,000 years, there was only silence. Until now. Act 3. Project DW, and the message reaches the Global Human Council. Leaders from Earth, Mars, and the Moon meet in secret. An old man speaks first. His voice is calm but sharp. This is Commander Elias Rowe, age 212, one of the few alive who knows the truth about the last war. Activate Project Dawn. The room goes silent. One woman stands. Her name is Arya Voss, head of the Evolution Division. Are you sure? We never confirmed it would even work. Elias looks at her. They are not here to talk. They are here to end us. Project Dawn is the only way. Deep under Antarctica, in an ice-sealed lab, Project Dawn is waking up. Inside frozen chambers lie hundreds of humans genetically born. Not naturally trained in silence. Kept away from the world. They are different, faster, smarter, stronger, and something else. They can hear. Act 4. The world Ariasan news breaks out. The people of Earth panic. Governments tell them to stay calm. But fear spreads. Across cities, giant screens show the same message. Unknown signal detected. Remain calm. Earth defense online. In space, the moon's orbit defense system powers up for the first time in 600 years. Satellites realign. Ships are recalled. But deep inside, everyone knows. Earth is not ready. Even with all its peace, Earth has forgotten how to fight. Only a few, hidden in the shadows, have prepared. Act 5. The first SCHIP 3 days after the signal. Something appears in the night sky. It's not a star, not a meteor. It is a Qatari scout ship, shaped like a burning blade. Black as space and large as a city. It doesn't land. It hovers above the Pacific Ocean, silent. Fighter jets are sent. They approach slowly, but the ship does not respond. Then, all of a sudden, every jet crashes to the water. No weapons fired. The ship remains silent. Watching. Listening. Recording. Act 6. The first CONTA commander, Arya Voss, watches from a control room. Her eyes narrow. She whispers, "They are testing us." She orders a test. A single Dawn operative, a human from the project, is sent near the ship. Her name is Yen. Age 17. Quiet, calm, and alert. She doesn't carry a weapon. She stands on a floating platform, looking up at the massive alien ship. Minutes pass. Suddenly, the ship sends a beam of light. Yen looks at the beam and speaks, but not with her mouth. I hear you. Inside the ship, alien sensors go crazy. The Qatari captain looks confused, shocked. Impossible. She spoke inside our mind. They try to scan her. It fails. They try to attack her. But the weapons shut down. Their ship begins to shake. Yen closes her eyes and says one sentence. You should not have come back. The ship disappears. Gone. Not destroyed. Just. Gone. Act 7. The double RNG back on Earth. Chaos rises. What happened to the ship? Where did it go? No answers. Just questions. Yen returns to the lab. Silent. Commander Arya watches her. Did you destroy it? Yen shakes her head. I showed them a memory. Arya frowns. Whose memory? Yen looks into her eyes. Humanity's. Last day. And what came after? Act 8. Final MSSAG somewhere far in space, deep in a Qatari mothership. An emergency message is received. The scout ship is gone. Not destroyed. Not killed. Erased. The High Council of the Qatari races gathers. The humans. They have changed. They are no longer prey. One voice answers. Then we finish what we started. They begin the movement of their full armada, thousands of ships, each carrying death, each ready for war. But they don't know. They don't understand. Humanity is not what it used to be. It is something more. Something they can't fight with. Weapons, because the final evolution of mankind is not physical. It is mental. It is spiritual. It is something the Qatari can't see, but it can see them. Ending. Narration, voiceover. For 1,000 years we waited in silence. They thought we were gone. They thought we forgot. But we didn't. We evolved. We listened, and now we remember. Act 1. The Armada moves far beyond the edges of human space. In a region known as the Dead Stars, the Qatari War Armada awakens. Thousands of ships, each blacker than night, shaped like blades, shaped like fear, begin to move forward. Their lights glow red. Their engines scream like metal monsters. Inside the command ship, the oldest living Qatari warlord sits on a throne made from bones of past enemies. His name is General Zarth. He looks at the empty chair next to him. Scout Ship 7 has not returned. A cold silence fills the room. This time we do not test. This time we destroy. He stands tall and twisted. Prepare the army. Earth dies again. ACT-2. Preparation on ERT. Meanwhile, back on Earth, the world seems calm. On the surface, but underground, beneath cities, deep inside old government bunkers, Earth's true defense begins to wake up. In one of the most secure locations on Mars, Commander Arya Voss watches a large screen. Multiple red dots begin to appear across it. The Qatari ships are coming. Thousands of them. Her voice stays calm. They want war. Good. Standing beside her is Yen, the Dawn operative who faced the first alien ship. She stares at the screen. They think we are still human. Arya nods. They will learn we are more. Yen doesn't speak again. She simply walks into the Mindlink chamber. Act 3. Mindlink, the new Deviancy. The Mindlink chamber is made of crystal, not metal. It was built 400 years ago after the last war, in secret. Only Dawn operatives can use it, not soldiers, not scientists. Inside, the chamber glows. Pulses of blue light move across the walls. The air hums softly, like distant music. Yen closes her eyes. Her body stays still, but her mind travels across space, across signals, across memories. She feels the alien ships, their heat, their anger, their direction. And she plants an idea inside. Their sensors. A simple idea. Earth is still weak. Earth is still sleeping. Act 4. The Qatari era of AV 5 days later. The first wave of Qatari ships enters Earth's solar system. They laugh. No resistance. No fleet. No weapons pointed at them. Just silence. They are still cowards, one captain says. They are still Vorms. Another replies. The ships move closer. They fly past the broken half of the moon, past the quiet satellites, past the old Mars stations. Still. No reaction. Until one ship scout cruiser 88 flies over Earth's south pole. Suddenly, its lights shut down. Its systems freeze. Inside, the Qatari soldiers scream. What is this? It's not a weapon. The ship starts spinning. Its engine melts from the inside. Then, just like the first scout ship, it disappears. No explosion. Just gone. Act 5. A new type of BATLE in a hidden base below the South Pole. Dawn operatives sit quietly in circles. They are not touching computers. They are not pressing buttons. They are simply thinking. They are using the silent network, a mental link only evolved humans can enter. Every time a Qatari ship comes close, the operatives connect to it. Not with code. Not with weapons. But with thoughts. And those thoughts are like fire. They break sensors. They flip gravity inside the ship. They create hallucinations, memories of Earth's burning cities, dead oceans, crying children. The Qatari feel all of it, and they begin to panic. Act 6. General Zarth strikes BA. General Zarth watches as 14 of his ships vanish. No sign of a fight, no bodies, just silence. He slams his clawed hand into the command table. What are they doing? His science officer looks pale. Their minds. They are inside our systems. They use emotion like weapons, Zarth growls. Then I will burn their minds. Bring me the Mindbreaker. A dark chamber opens. From inside walks a strange creature, part Qatari, part machine, created in the labs of forgotten science. Its job, to destroy brains, not with bullets, but with waves of pain. Zarth points. Find their source. Kill. At X7, the first human casualties, 3 Dawn operatives, go silent during a mind link. Their bodies don't show injury, but their minds are empty. Eyes open, but no thoughts inside. Arya stands beside their chairs. Her face is hard. She turns to Yen. They've built a mindbreaker. They've learned. Yen speaks softly. So have we. Act 8. Sion Triesteria gives the command. Send Operative Ren. Ren is not the strongest Dawn agent, but he has one gift: memory, projection. He can take his own memories and force others to live them. He walks into the chamber. Lies. Down. Connects. His mind reaches toward the mindbreaker. Inside the alien machine, a strange voice begins to whisper. A voice the Qatari cannot block. They see a baby human crying. They see a father die in fire. They see a city scream. Then. Silence. The mind breaker begins to shake. It screams with 1,000 voices. Then it explodes from the inside. Ren's body falls unconscious. He smiles. They saw. Act 9. The Qatari General Zarth is furious. But his captains are afraid. They whisper to each other. These are not normal humans. They walk in our minds. They burn us with memories. Zarth hears their fear. He stands tall. They are still flesh, and flesh burns. But one captain speaks boldly. No, General. Flesh we understand, but these are shadows with minds. Zarth kills him in front of the others. Anywho. Fear them. Leave now. 3 ships flee. The rest stay. In silence. Act 10. A message from Earth. Suddenly, across all Qatari ships, a message appears. Not in their language. Not in their tech. It appears inside their minds. A soft voice. Human. Young, you left once. You should not have returned. A pause. We are not here to fight, but we will not run. On Earth, Yen opens her eyes. They have been warned. Act 11. The child and the captain, a smaller Qatari cruiser, lands in the middle of a desert. In North Africa. It is a trap. But the Qatari captain wants answers. He walks out. Weapon ready. In front of him stands a human child, no older than 10. The child holds no weapon. Just stands still. The captain raises his weapon. Speak. The child blinks. Then, suddenly, the captain drops his gun. His claws begin to shake. He sees his own mother, dying. He hears the scream of his first kill. He smells the burning home of his childhood. His mind is breaking. The child speaks. Pain, you gave it to others. Now you hold it. The captain falls to his knees. Crying. Act 12. Earth is HFY back in orbit. The rest of the Qatari ships begin to move back. Fear has returned to them. Inside Earth's Defense Council, Arya speaks to the world leaders. We have no need for war machines. Our people are our defense. She looks up. This is not the old war. This is not about guns. This is a war of thought. Ending narration. Voiceover. The Qatari thought we were still sleeping. They believed our silence was weakness. But our silence was growth. It was preparation. We did not build stronger weapons. We became stronger beings. And now they are afraid. Act 1. The storm WIDHI on Earth is quiet again, but it's not peace. Something new is growing. Far beneath the Himalayas. Inside a lab hidden deep in the rock, scientists observe a young Dawn operative. His name is Kai. He is only 14. He does not speak. He rarely moves, but when they scan his brain, it's different, faster, stronger, alive in a way that scares even the machines. One scientist whispers, he doesn't just connect to the silent network, he's starting to shape it. Another adds, he may be the next step. They do not know yet. Kai is evolving beyond what Project Dawn planned. Act 2. A Mine to POW era fuel commander. Arya Voss arrives at the lab. She sees Kai through a glass wall. The boy is drawing shapes in the air. Light follows his fingers. She watches, confused. What is he doing? The lead researcher answers, we don't know. But last night, 5 satellites changed position without any commands. Arya turns. Sharply, he moved them? The scientist nods slowly. We think so, with only his mind. Arya watches the boy again. We prepared for aliens, we didn't prepare for this. Act 3. Inside the silent Anita WORK. That night, Kai enters the silent network. But this time, he goes deeper than any human ever has. He finds something there. A memory. That isn't his. A vision. In it. A Qatari child cries beside a burning tree. The sky is full of smoke. A human ship flies overhead. Kai realizes, not all Qatari are monsters. Some are victims too. He begins to understand something the others don't. This war isn't only about power. It's about pain passed from one mind to another. He opens his eyes. He knows what must come next. ACT-4, the Qatari Steerage. On the Qatari warship Bloodwind, General Zarth is angry. Half his fleet has gone silent. The rest are afraid to attack. He walks into a chamber, full of his highest thinkers. Qatari minds trained for logic, memory, and strategy. Find a weakness. He shouts. One thinker speaks. Their minds are linked. But the more they link, the more unstable they become. Another adds, if we find the most powerful one and break him, the rest may fall. Zarth growls. Then find this human. I will crush him with my own thoughts. ACT-5. Contact with the HFY back on Earth. Kai begins to speak again. He tells Arya, I want to speak to them. She shakes her head. It's too dangerous. Kai stares back. If we keep fighting with fear, we become like them. She looks at him closely. You're only a child. He replies softly, so were the ones they burned. Against her orders, Kai enters the silent network alone and reaches out. Not to all Ka single quotes Tia Ri dot just one. A thinker, young, curious, named. T single quotes La Arn dot. They connect dot not with words, but with shared pain. Plarn sees Earth's suffering. Kai sees the K-Turi's losses. They both cry. Act 6. A secret reveal through the mind of Plarn. Kai learns the truth. The Kotari never wanted this war. It was Zarth, and others like him, who believed humans were threats. Long ago, a small human ship wandered too far into Kotari space. It was peaceful. It carried no weapons, but when it passed near a Kotari moon, the entire moon collapsed. Not from weapons, but from the ship's thoughts. The humans on board didn't even know they did it. You didn't destroy our cities, Plarn says. Your minds did, Kai whispers. We evolved, and we never understood what we became. Act 7. Zarth strikes a fire SD before Kai can return. General Zarth senses the mental bridge. He follows it. He invades the silent network. His mind is full of fire, rage, screams. The network shakes. 5 Dawn operatives collapse. 1 dies. Kai stays. Calm. He faces Zarth in the mental space. 2 glowing figures in an endless void. Zarth screams, "You are a mistake of nature." Kai doesn't fight. He listens. Zarth punches with thoughts images of Earth cities. Burning. Kai answers with one image, a Katari child, holding a human hand. Zarth freezes. Something cracks. Not in the network. But in Zarth's own mind. Act 8. Shadows of the past. Zarth sees something he buried long ago. A memory he hid. He once spared a human child. During the First War, he told no one. And now, that memory returns. Zarth begins to scream, but Kai lets him go. He doesn't destroy him, he leaves him. To think, when Zarth returns to his body, he is changed. He says nothing. He simply walks into his chamber. And does not come out. Act 9. A divided Eaning the K. Tari fleet waits. No orders come from Zarth. Some captains whisper, "Perhaps we were wrong. Perhaps they are not our enemies." Others grow angry. "We are warriors. We do not bow to thoughts." A split begins. Half the Qatari ships turn back. They leave Earth space without firing a single shot. The rest stay. Waiting. Watching. Act 10. A new human ABI back in the lab. Arya watches Kai. "You ended a war without lifting a finger." Kai looks at her. "I didn't end it. I started something new." She frowns. "What do you mean?" Kai closes his eyes. "Some of us are beginning to see things before they happen." He opens his palm. A small metal cube floats up without touch. Arya stares. "Telekinesis?" He nods. "And more." Act 11. The other Evioliuteon. Meanwhile, hidden in a different Dawn facility, another group of humans shows a different kind of change. Not peace. Not balance, but power without control. One operative named Juno begins hearing all thoughts. All the time. She can't shut them out. She screams. Another begins changing physically, bones shifting, eyes glowing. These are not Dawn operatives anymore. They are something new, something unstable. They call themselves the Fractured. Act 12. A new threat. RISS Commander Arya receives the report. Her face hardens. "So our evolution is not perfect." Kai speaks beside her. "Every step forward carries a cost." She looks at him. "Can you stop them?" Kai's eyes glow faintly. "I don't know. They were not meant to be soldiers or saviors. They were meant to survive." A dark screen flickers to life. An emergency signal. Fractured operatives detected in 3 Earth zones. Loss of control confirmed. Kai whispers, "The real war may not be out there." Ending narration, voiceover. "They came to destroy us and found something they couldn't understand." But evolution doesn't follow plans. It grows in light and in shadow. And now, in the silence after the battle, the next enemy may not come from the stars. It may come from within. Act 1. Shattered M&DS on Earth. 4 zones go dark. Security systems fail, lights flicker. Alarms ring in empty streets. Agents rush. They find the unexpected dot in a ruined block. They find Juno. She stands in the center of broken walls. Windows. Shattered. She paints the air with hands. Officers stop behind shields. One whispers, She has powers now. Juno breathes heavily. Her eyes glow bright white. She touches nothing, yet the concrete walls crack. Another agent's radio buzzes. Zone 3. Telekinesis field detected. Dangerous. These are no simple evolution tests. They are uncontrolled. They broke free. Act 2. ESCA Lady Ione Commander Arya Voss stands before a global live broadcast. On screen, fractures across Earth. Millions watch. Citizens, she begins, voice steady. We face a threat unlike any before. Some of our own have changed, and fear has led them to break free. Camera shows Juno, faceless, floating rubble. Arya continues. This is not a war against humans. But if we cannot help them, we must defend ourselves. Off-screen, Arya closes her eyes, desperate. Act 3. Kai's Warden Kai stands at the edge of the lab's courtyard. The wind touches his face. He hears voices in his mind, whispers from Juno. From other fractured, confusion, anger, fear. He places a hand to his temple. Stop, please stop. He strains. A few voices fade, but not all. He continues walking, trembling. He sees Arya waiting. She asks softly, Can you reach them? Kai nods slowly. I will try. Act 4. Into the Amayans in a specialized dome. Kai enters the silent network again, but deeper than ever. He searches, finds Juno floating inside a mental storm. Her mind is a cyclone of images, buildings collapsing. Screams, explosions. He reaches out. Juno, it's me. It's Kai. Silence. Then, she screams a memory of being trapped in glass, in pain, in fear. Kai shows her calm. You're not alone. He reaches deeper inside the fear. Inside the storm. He finds her core, a scared girl, lost, afraid. He sends a simple memory. A hug from her mother, long gone. Juno stops screaming. Cries instead. ACT-5, breaking the CECOS. At that moment, alarms echo in the dome. Another operative collapses. A second dome cracks. The fracture spreads. Kai holds on, guiding Juno to a place of memory, of peace. She steadies. Then he pulls back out of her mind. On the screens, Juno sits upright, eyes clear. The floating rubble gently falls to the floor. Kai collapses, exhausted. Act 6. Sprawling Ouparaque this time. The spread is fast. 15 fractured detected in Asia, Africa, Europe. Panic rises. Rebels see the fractured as weapons. Some governments declare martial law. Crowds gather, scared. Fear drives violence. Juno stands in the center of a city plaza. She looks around, tears in her eyes. Don't run. I can't hurt you. A crowd takes a step back. A rock flies. Juno's eyes glow. Silence falls. She bends down, gently picks up the rock. Places it at a child's feet. I won't hurt you. People freeze. Act 7. Arya's DCI Sonoria meets with military leaders. They demand action. We must contain them, one general says. Lock them up. Or kill them. Arya shakes her head. No, they are not the enemy. She turns to Kai. We need a safe zone. A place where they can calm. Learn control. Kai nods, exhausted. Create a sanctuary. We can't push them away. Act 8. A sanctuary for broken. Soula's in the Australian outback. A new dome rises. A place designed for fractured operatives. Inside are healing chambers. Tranquil rooms. Trained guides. Juno enters first. She hesitates, then steps forward. Kai greets her with a smile. Welcome home. Other fractured follow. Some are calm, some frantic. Some hungry, some pale. They whisper, "Can it help us? Will we hold this power?" Inside a room, two operatives meditate. Breathe. Slowly calm. Juno sits across from Kai. "Why you?" He shrugs. I felt your fear was the same as mine." She nods. "We are not just broken. We are learning." Act 9. The legacy of Evolution. Above them, satellites detect no alien ships. Noka single quotes TARI. They are gone. War is paused. Kai stands on a balcony, looks at the stars. Arya stands beside him. "You saved them." He shrugs again. "I just showed a scared child she is still human." She smiles sadly. "This is the cost of evolution." He turns to her. "And the gift." Act 10. A message from BUYON far in Qatari space. General Zarth remains silent. His mind is broken. His own mechanics tell him he must act. He sends a message to Earth, not a threat, not a warning. An invitation. "Let us talk." The message reaches Earth. Arya reads it, voice steady. "They ask for peace, not demand. They wish to talk." She pauses. "But can they listen?" Kai stands behind her. He watches the message. If they can't control fear, they may lose even peace. Act 11. Prelude to P. Juno walks with Arya in the sanctuary garden, a simple green place inside the dome. Juno touches a flower. "Can peace be like this?" Arya smiles. It begins simply. Juno looks at the sky above the dome. "I want to see it." Arya kneels, holds her hand. "We will build it together." Act 12. Ending. Hooking a distant Qatari command ship, General Zarth sits alone, his eyes open. "We will talk." But behind him, a whisper. "We will watch." He turns slowly toward the dark door. The door is close. Darkness fills the room. Ending. Narration, voiceover. Power without control breaks. Evolution without understanding fears. We tried to grow stronger. But strength is not enough. We must learn ourselves to heal and to hold. And now, the next step begins. For peace. Act 1. The meeting. Ariku Ushi in a high-security Earth command chamber. Commander Arya Voss and Kai review the message. It's short. It came from Qatari space. "Let us talk." Zarth. A general beside Arya slams his fist. He led the first attacks. "We lost millions. Now he wants peace?" Kai stays calm. "Sometimes those who know war best want peace most." Another officer frowns. "Or he's setting a trap." Arya stares at the message. "We can't ignore it. But we'll control the meeting on our terms." Act 2. An unlikely ENVOY. The meeting must be held far from both worlds. Neutral ground. Kai suggests something bold. "Let me go, alone." The room erupts. "Impossible. He's just a boy." Arya raises her hand to silence them. "He's not just a boy. He's the key." She looks at Kai. "But you won't go alone." Enter Juno, calm now. Stable, balanced. She walks forward. Controlled and quiet. "I want to go. If they see what we've become, maybe they'll believe it." Act 3. The ship Peacebringer, a sleek diplomatic craft. Peacebringer is launched. Kai, Juno, and two silent guards board it. No weapons. No threats. Only minds, open and ready. As the ship flies through deep space, Juno stares out the window. "You think he means it?" she asks. Kai replies softly. "I think he doesn't know what he means yet." They enter Qatari territory. Silence follows, until a massive ship appears. Black metal, scarred and old. "That's him," whispers Juno. The blood wind. Act 4. Face to face with Zarthi. Kai and Juno walk slowly into the Qatari ship. Guards flank them, tall and silent. Zarth waits in a long chamber. He's older than they imagined, tired, eyes hollow. He speaks first. I did not expect children. Kai answers, we did not expect you to ask for peace. Double quote silence. Then Zarth turns. Walk with me. They move through corridors, walls covered in scars from old battles. Zarth begins to speak. I once saw your kind as noise, always talking, never hearing. He stops before a wide window showing stars. But now, I hear silence in your thoughts, purpose, pain, power, stillness. Act 5. The truth revealed. Zarth leads them to a chamber filled with glass orbs. Each orb contains a memory. He touches one. It glows, shows a burning Qatari city long ago. Ships above it, human markings. You destroyed this place. Kai steps forward. We never meant to. That ship's crew didn't even know their minds could cause harm. Zarth nods slowly. And now you understand the truth. Your evolution began long ago. You don't just fight with machines. You fight with thought. Juno speaks. We are learning to control it. Zarth turns to her. You are learning, others will not. That is the danger. Act 6. An offer or a warning. Zarth sits. I am not here to beg for peace. I am here to ask a question. Can your kind survive without destroying what comes next? Kai tilts his head. What do you mean? Zarth looks at him. Your mind touched something deeper than the silent network, beyond even our reach. Juno frowns. What is it? Zarth closes his eyes. A presence older than either of us, watching us. And it stirs now. Because of you. Act 7. The shadow in the Anitwoak. Back on Earth, in the sanctuary dome, a young fractured girl begins to scream during meditation. It's watching, it's coming. Her power surges, lights burst. Medic teams rush in. Her eyes glow dark, not bright. A voice not hers echoes. They woke us. Now we remember. The girl collapses, her heart stops. And then starts again. But her voice is changed. It's not over. Act 8. The hidden ENEMY. Back in the blood wind. Zarth shows Kai and Juno something hidden. An ancient Qatari record. It shows massive beings, black silhouettes, taller than cities, feeding on thought, on consciousness. They were erased from history, Zarth says. We thought they were myths. He points to one image. It resembles the very patterns Kai draws when deep in the network. Zarth looks at him. You didn't just evolve, you knocked on a locked door. Act 9. A fragile alliance. Zarth turns to them. Help us, we must prepare. Or both our kinds will be erased. Juno looks to Kai. Kai nods. We will, but first, Earth must believe us. Zarth steps back. Then take this. He hands them a crystal. Inside is proof of what's coming. They return to their ship. As they leave, Zarth whispers, I was a warrior once. Now I am just a voice in the dark. Act 10. A world. Vidb. Back on Earth. Arya welcomes them. She listens to the full story. The crystal is examined. Data verified. Images seen. Dark beings, deeper than stars. Waiting. Arya speaks to world leaders. This is bigger than Earth. Bigger than Qatari. We must unite. Some agree, some laugh. One leader snarls. Peace with those who killed us? Fear of shadows? No. The room erupts. Kai and Juno stand aside. They still don't understand, she says. Kai replies, they will, or they'll vanish. Act 11. The warning. SP reads. The fractured all begin to feel it. A presence. Hunger. Not from Ka. Single quotes. TARI. From beyond the network. Kai gathers them. We must connect. Together. All of us. In the sanctuary, dozens link minds. The network pulses. They see a vision, an ancient world swallowed in black. A tower of thought, cracking, and one word repeated. Return. 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 The vision ends. All are silent. Act 12. The path of Orb Kukukai stands before Earth Command. They are coming. We must unite, humans, Kotari, fractured, all. Arya supports him. This is our final evolution, not strength, but unity. The leaders slowly rise. Some in silence, others nod. A new message appears on screen from deep space. Unmarked, no sender, just a sound. A pulse, a pattern, a signal. Juno whispers, "They're not just coming, they're already here." Ending. Narration, voiceover. A warrior laid down his weapon and opened the door to truth. A child reached into the mind of the stars and found darkness waiting. We were made for war. But now we must fight for peace, or fade into memory. Act 1. A signal in the Silence Earth and Kateri fleets hover in silent space. All eyes watch a single screen. A new signal pulses, steady and calm, not in any known language, not like any math-based code. It is pure thought. Commander Arya Voss and General Zarth stare at each other across a shared table. "It's not theirs," Zarth says softly. Arya nods. "It's something else." Kai touches the screen. The pulses seem to answer him. Change rhythm. Tension grips the room. Silence falls. Act 2. First contact without HFY on Earth. The Sanctuary Dome's silent network severs pulse. Fractured and operatives link. They reach together into the thought signal. It feels like icy wind. Deep, ancient, hungry. A figure appears in their minds, not fully formed. A black silhouette with glowing eyes. No words spoken, but everyone feels a single command, a desire. Return. Arya watches the monitors. Her face hardens. Close the connection. Kai hesitates. No. Not yet. Act 3. Research begins. A joint Earth-Katari lab forms. Scientists, scouts, and Dawn operatives gather. They study the signal. They feed it data. They wait. Slowly, something emerges. Mathematical rhythms. Patterns older than any human or Katari. Patterns of minds millions of years old. No weapon can stop it. That is not a ship. It is a mind. Act 4. Unleashed in the Minden the lab. Juno lies inside a chamber. She is calm. They test a controlled link. A technician counts. 10, 9, 8. She opens her eyes at 1. Her voice is soft. "It's in my thoughts. Everywhere." She pauses, brow tight. "It shows me." Worlds of silence. Arya steps forward. "What did you see?" Juno's voice breaks. "A home. A place with no light. Endless mind. It touched me. Asked me to join." Kai listens from the doorway. His face is pale. Act 5. Expand ORPROT. Argue again. Some say, disconnect. Seal off minds. Others, push forward. Learn. Use it as a weapon. A powerful voice rises. "They came from thought. We must not fight them with guns." Arya stands. "We must know what they want." She turns to Kai and Juno. "You two need to speak to them." They nod. Act 6. Into the VOD. Kai and Juno sit in the mind chamber. Lights dim. Tech hums. They connect. The thought signal sweeps into their minds. They stand in a silent void. Mountains of shadow surround them. A sky filled with stars that are eyes. A voice echoes. "Why do you fear?" No mouth moves, but the words are clear. Kai steps forward. "We do not know what you are. Are you here to help or destroy?" The shadow shifts. Thousands of eyes. Ancient and cold. One eye focuses on Kai and Juno. "We remember you. You opened the door. You awaken what slept." Juno shivers. "What do you want?" Silence. Then, return. Act 7. A single passage. Either eyes vanish. Kai and Juno fall back. They wake, gasping. In the lab, they speak at once. They know Earth. They want to return. Through thoughts. Arya looks at them, eyes wide. They can come through minds? Juno shakes her head. Not all minds, those like ours, evolved ones. Kai steps forward. We are the key. And the shield. Act 8. Preparations under M&D professionals trained on. Operatives in new ways that they learn to guard thoughts. Block intrusions. They build mental walls. A shield strong enough to resist the returning shadows. Juno finds strength and calm. Kai finds focus and unity. Together. They strengthen. Act 9. The first 80 cool weeks pass. Everyone feels safer. Until the night the alarms ring again. In the sanctuary dome. Lights flicker. The silent network trembles. Orange alarms. Shadows appear everywhere on the monitors of minds. People scream. Fractured. Operatives fall unconscious. Kai and Juno run into the dome. They link minds with the others. They find the void. It invades their shields. It whispers. Return. Join us, you belong. Kai shouts. No, go back, he pushes. With Juno, they force the voice out. They collapse. Silence follows. Act 10. Cost of VICTOY. Morning comes. Many operatives are exhausted or worse, brain dead. Some lose ability to communicate. Arya addresses everyone. We won, but we paid a price. Kai visits each damaged mind. His face hurt. He sits beside Juno. What if they come again? She places her hand over his. We will be ready. Act 11. Unity against VOID. Alien and human engineers work together to build a device of mind protection. Satellites beam a pulsing shield across Earth and colonies. They call it the mind barrier. It hums softly on screens. Arya watches it. We stand together. Zarth agrees via come. Together. Act 12. A final CHOI's Ikai lies in bed. Juno beside him. Thought signal pulses inside his mind. He dreams. He sees the void world. Silent. Star-filled. Eyes everywhere. He hears the whisper. We await. He wakes at dawn. He goes to Arya in the lab. We should speak again. Arya hesitates. One more meeting in the void, and you risk everything. Kai's eyes are firm. If we don't speak, they may force their way in. Arya nods. Then prepare. Ending narration. Voiceover. They came from thought. We fought them with thought. The war is no longer between ships. It is within our minds, and humanity's true power is the choice we make next. Act 1. Night of SHADOW's. Night falls on Earth. Cities glow under calm skies. In the sanctuary dome, dawn operatives rest. Minds quiet after the last attack. Kai lies on a medical bed. His eyes flutter in deep sleep. Juno stands guard nearby, staring at monitors. Suddenly, monitors flicker. Shadows appear across dozens of minds. Red alarms flash. Juno screams. They're coming again. Operatives wake, but some do not. Their minds remain locked in silence. Kai bolts upright, voice fierce. Link me now. Juno rushes to help him connect. Act 2. The siege begins inside the silent network. The void's presence overflows. A hush falls. But in the hush, an army of silent whispers echo. Return. Join us, B1. Kai breathes steady. He pulls Juno into his mind. They stand in an endless gray plane. Shadows swim above like ink in water. In the distance, they see shapes. Broken operatives, crushed by their own thoughts. Kai and Juno hold hands. We fight, Kay says softly. The shadows rush forward, a wave of darkness and fear. Act 3. Navigating the VOB. Kai raises his mind shield. Juno echoes him. Mental walls rise like clear barriers. Shadows collide with the shield, dissolve in flashes of white. But fear is a strong force. Kai's shield trembles. Juno places a hand on his mind. Her calm strengthens him. Together, they push forward. They aim for the heart of the siege, the dull light at the center of the plane. Act 4. locating the void HER as they advance. Kai hears voices tethered to each shadow, a mother begging for her child, a soldier afraid of death, a thinker turned mad from isolation. Each voice is real. Each voice is pain. Kai focuses. He sees the Korra, pulsing black sphere with tiny lights circling it. This must be the void heart, the source of the siege. Juno gasps. It's feeding on despair. Kai nods. We must change the signal. Act 5. Counter a sigil. Kai reaches deep inside. He finds old memories. He remembers Earth's first sunrise, the sand of Sahara under his feet, Juno's smile in the dome garden. He breathes calm. He sends the memories outward like waves of warmth. Light flows from inside him and Juno. Within the gray plane, spots of color bloom around them. Shadows hesitate. A CT6, void FLLOD, the void heart, shakes, cracking like ice under fire. The shadows retreat, screeching minds silent. Broken operatives awaken. Some cry. Kai and Juno guide them toward calm light. Within the silence, voices whisper. We felt warmth. We remembered. The void heart splits. A bright spark emerges and vanishes like a child blinking. Act 7. The after-rain. Kai and Juno wake in the memorial room. Arya stands, proud yet worried. You did it. You stopped the siege. Kai rises slowly, exhausted. But they felt hope, and that drove them back. Arya nods. Yes, but the void will return. It learns. Juno shakes. We need stronger bonds, more unity. Act 8. The human Qatari COUNCIL. Above Earth, in orbit, human and Qatari leaders meet again. Zarth and Arya stand side by side. They fought darkness not with weapons, Arya tells the council. They fought with memory. Zarth adds, their minds are our best defense. They vote to expand the mind barrier, not just as a shield, but as a mental beacon. Act 9. Building UNITY One Earth. Satellite beams pulse across continents, connecting minds of operatives, fractured, volunteers. Millions join thought sessions, silent. Meditation, sharing calm. Kai and Juno travel to Africa, Asia, Europe, helping link mind-fields. At each place, they anchor the signal of unity. Act 10. An unseen RESURGNC. Few weeks. Loss is felt. Some operatives still silent, but Earth stands firm. Still and quiet. Yet, far away, in the void, the shattered heart slowly repairs. A shadow flickers. A black eye opens. It whispers, return, stronger. Act 11. Kai's dilemma. Kai stands under the stars with Arya and Juno at the dome roof. He whispers, I fear our unity may not hold. Juno touches his arm. We rebuild, we heal together, Arya adds, and train, prepare. Kai looks at the sky, voice small. They will come again, and we need to stand together, stronger than ever. Act 12. The calm before the storming. A quiet garden. Kai and Juno rest. They sit next to each other in silence. No screens, no signals. Kai breathes deep. Whatever comes, we will face it. Together. She looks at his hand. Together. Ending. Narration, voiceover. They broke into our minds. We held them back with our hearts. The siege is over for now. But the war is not done. The true battlefield is within us. And humanity's power is the unity we build. It starts with a dream. Kai wakes in the middle of the night, sweat dripping from his face. Juno is beside him, still asleep. But her breathing is shallow. He gently shakes her. Juno? She opens her eyes glowing faint silver. She whispers, they're back. Alarms echo across the sanctuary dome. Seconds later, the mind barrier hums louder than before. Monitors flash warnings. Void signature detected. Act 2. A world PRE like before. Earth is ready. Mind link centers activate. Across continents, operatives across Mars, Luna Base, and Earth connect in silence. They sit in formation. Their minds pulse in rhythm. Kai stands at the center of the largest chamber in New Cairo. Juno beside him. Arya watches from the control room above, whispering, "Let the final wave begin." Act 3, the last invasion. Darkness descends, not in the sky but in the minds of the connected, inside the shared mental field. The void rises again. Massive, towering. The shadows are no longer shapeless. They have form. They look almost human. Almost Tari. And they speak in many voices. You have forgotten who you were. We are your beginning. We are your truth. Return. Kai speaks, voice calm. You are not our truth. You are our fear. Juno adds, we choose our path, not you. The shadow screams. 1,000 echoes crash. Then you will be unmade. Act 4. The final see them. Mental field begins to fracture. Many minds falter. Pain spreads. Some fall silent forever. Kai kneels, his mind almost cracking under pressure. He sees his mother's death again. His own failure during the first contact. War. The lives he could not save. He whispers, I am not enough. But a hand reaches him. Juno's. You are not alone. Others appear in the mental field. Zarth's mind joins, filled with courage. Arya's mind connects, strategic and steady. And one by one, minds from across the galaxy begin to shine. Act 5. The harmony begins. Chaotic waves begin to settle. Together, all minds link into one field. Billions of thoughts. Not shouting, but singing. No fear. Only unity. Harmony. They send a single pulse into the void. We remember who we are. The shadows recoil. The large void entity Trembl ease. It screams again. You broke the cycle. But the people of Earth and their allies send another wave. Stronger. Brighter. You fed on our pain. Now we feed each other with hope. Act 6. The void brex. The void entity begins to crack. Eyes dim. The silence it carried becomes still, not deadly, but quiet. Like the end of a storm. Then, boom. A final explosion of thought. The entity shatters like glass. And the silence lifts, for the first time. The void is truly gone. Act 7. Return to CLF. Kai wakes in the chamber. The hum of the mind barrier is gone. Peace. He looks at Juno. She is crying. Happy. Alive. Others in the room wake slowly, touching their chests, blinking into light. Arya enters. Her voice quiet. It's over. Zarth appears on the monitor. Confirmed. The signal is gone. For good. Cheers erupt across Earth. Even Qatari cities launch fireworks. The war is truly over. Act 8. What are Rime ice weeks past? The world heals. Mental centers now serve as peace centers. Juno leads sessions for young minds, teaching calm and clarity. Kai writes the Mind Protocol, a new way to train the next generation. Arya is elected head of the Earth-Qatari Peace Alliance. Zarth returns to his home planet, planting memory seeds in honor of the lost. Act 9. The new ERA. A ceremony broadcast across galaxies. Kai stands before a crowd. He speaks slowly. We faced silence, we faced fear. But together we faced ourselves, and we chose light. The crowd claps. Qataris sing in their native hums. Above them, the stars shine clearer than ever. Act 10. The last WK. Later that night, Kai and Juno walk alone in the garden. He asks, do you think they'll ever come back? Juno looks at the stars. Maybe. But if they do, we'll be ready. Kai smiles. Because we are not alone anymore. Ending narration, voiceover. 1,000 years of silence. A war that was never truly fought with weapons. And a final evolution of thought, unity, and truth. This was humanity's last mind war, and our greatest victory. The end.